areas. Now we actually have them here within the metro itself. Just shows you how dangerous the conditions are that we have out there today, and just really shows you that there's really no one that is safer than anybody else. Doesn't matter if you live in the city or more in a rural spot, we all have the same chances out there because these fire conditions are just near historic levels, with as warm as it is, as dry as it is, and we definitely know, as windy as it is. And so that is one of many fires that are burning out there. The National Weather Service, in conjunction with local emergency managers, have issued a number of fire warnings that are out there. And so these are the red circles that we have across the state. They range from the west side of the state, like that one near Camargo. We got this brand new one for 2 miles southwest of the Velma area in Stevens County, and they go all the way up into Osage County, where we got that new one there for the area 5 miles west of Pawhuska. So we have a number of spots that we've been calling out here this afternoon. You can still just kind of see as we loop the infrared radar, or the infrared satellite. You can see that we are just dealing with, unfortunately, more and more hot spots popping up. We've been saying that from essentially about noon to about 4 o'clock is really going to be the peak time for the strongest winds. That likely continues probably a little bit later, so more towards about 5, 6 o'clock is really we're going to be looking at that peak time for our fire conditions, because the winds are very strong right now, and they're going to be the strongest for the next couple hours, as the overall dynamics of our system are basically primed right now, and that's moving right over Oklahoma. So again, we have a number of these fire warnings. We've gone through a couple of them earlier on, but the newest one, like I said, is for eastern parts of Stevens County for that fire 2 miles southwest of the Velma area. We've also got, again, that addition there for northwest Dewey County by Camargo. That's the one on the west side of the state. Then everything else remains to be the same too. Western Penn County on the west side of the Stillwater area, southern Payne County, southeast Logan, northwest Lincoln County, about 3 miles southeast of Meridian, northwest Payne County, Orlando. That one's got an evacuation area between I-35 and Highway 51. And then we've got still that cluster of fires in and around Lake Thunderbird, western Pottawatomie counties into northeastern Cleveland counties. Evacuation instructions are for people there to follow the instructions of local officials. So it's, again, remaining a very active day out there. And unfortunately, we're still going to be looking at big problems this evening. You've got most of our gusts still on the west side of the state coming in over 60 miles an hour, in the 50, 60 mile an hour range. It's going to be continuing to stay in that ballpark for a number of hours. But you can see one other interesting thing. Our temperatures are falling a little bit on the west side of the state because of the reduced visibility for the dust that is out there. The dust is becoming very strong and very thick, and that's coming on in from New Mexico and Texas, and it's unfortunately picking up more dust as it's moving into Oklahoma. So our dew points also very low too. Everything, as you just kind of imagine, all works together to give us the fire danger that we have. Red flag warning continues until 10 o'clock for the entire state. Until 10 o'clock tonight for most of our viewing area, we have our high wind warning. The winds are slightly weaker on the southeast corner of the state where there is a wind advisory, but again, we're noticing our visibilities are coming down now because of the blowing dust, and that continues to be an issue for us. The blowing dust advisory goes until 9 o'clock this evening for locations along and to the west of I-35. Here's the dust on the way, and you can see there's the metro there. So our visibility is going to be coming down, and in fact, we've been watching the visibility on the west side of the state down to about 2 miles, and a few other spots have been down to as low as a quarter-mile visibility. So we've got visibility down due to not only smoke, but also from the blowing dust that is out there too. Up to 72,500 customers without power in Oklahoma. Within Texas, there's now 110,000. So these numbers continue to rise as the winds continue to increase. 16,000 customers without power in Oklahoma County, 14,000 within Tulsa County. So those are the two hot spots right now for the most people that are out. But you can still see in and around the area, many spots are coming in with thousands of customers without power. So we've got over 70,000 people without power this evening right now across the state. That number is likely going to probably increase over the next couple hours before it comes down. Thankfully, in terms of coming down, our winds will come down. You'll notice by about 8, 9 o'clock this evening, the winds will likely be topping out maybe 40 to 50 miles an hour, and it continues to get lower and lower as we head into the night tonight. So conditions will be improving tonight pretty quickly, but over the next few hours, we've just got to be very, very careful out there. It's just a tinderbox out there. So even something as simple as a cigarette butt could potentially create a grass fire that gets out of control because of how strong the winds are. Blowing dust could reduce visibility, and then we know that the power outages are out there. So we got to keep out of the weather here for the next couple of hours as things continue to be bad with our winds, with the dry conditions and the warmer temperatures. But as we head later on into tonight, our winds will be able to slow down and we'll be able to see improving conditions for our firefighters out there. But if you are in an evacuation zone, listen to officials, do it quickly. Don't try to grab some stuff. Just get out of there as fast as you can. And that's really the best way to stay safe. Listen to local officials if you're told instructions. But we'll have much more updates throughout the rest of the afternoon and this evening. Keep it right here. We'll keep you informed.